Guten Tag and willkommen to PopCulture Reacts. And we are back with another of the new songs from Herr Lindemann with Lecker this time. No video, so no warning to put out of what's Till up to this time.
I mean,
But
I
obviously
presume you're going to start sticking things down your gullet to make up for it.
But
I might mute
obviously,
you for that bit though, because I still haven't quite got over the noise of. Is it an endoscope when it's going down your throat?
yeah.
The endoscope going down someone's throat. It's made it very hard for me to rewatch that video. The rest of it, as grand as it was, and as much as there was stuff going on, fine. But yeah, that noise. Oh,
Yeah,
ugh.
that the bubbly.
Yeah.
Ugh, ugh.
God, some people kind of do that for a living. For medical reasons, not for kind of I've managed to
Shits and
monetize
gigs.
sticking cameras down people's throats and listening to the sound. But again, thank you to the NHS. Now that I know how gross that is as well. Not only you do an amazing job and you're undervalued, but you have to listen to those horrible noises.
Yes. So obviously with Zunge, you were very much. It's a very Rammstein-y song.
Yeah, which again, when I did watch it back afterwards. I try not to watch our videos back too much because that feels a little bit weird. But I did think that I got very fixated on that, and it might have come across a bit too much as a criticism. It was just because it was my first of his solo songs. I went, like, isn't this just same again, albeit a very good same? But yeah, I think it kind of maybe come across like it's bad. I'm like, no, it's really good. When someone goes solo, I always kind of assume there's going to be a notable difference.
Yeah.
Because otherwise you just record the songs with your band, wouldn't you? I think. But...
So shall we see what is brought with Lecker?
do we know what Lecker translates to? I hadn't looked, and that's not to put you on the spot. I hadn't
I haven't looked. So
well,
I'm not.
We can have a load of fun finding out together in this song, can't we?
We can. So shall we, Lecker?
Lecker, do this.
Ja, das ist gut. Ja, das ist fein. Es könnte gar nicht Wetter sein. Ja, das ist gut. Ja, das ist fein. Es reibe sich mit der Lotion ein. Ich lutsch das auf, ich leck das ab. Ich saug das weg, die ganze Nacht. Ich lutsch das auf, ich leck das weg. Lecker, lecker. Ich lutsch das auf, ich leck das ab. Ich saug das weg, die ganze Nacht. Ich lutsch das auf, ich leck das weg. Lecker, lecker. Ein großes Herz in breiter Brust. Das ist gut, ja, das ist fein. Es könnte gar nicht besser sein. Ja, das ist gut, fällt wie ein Schwein. Es reibe sich mit der Butter ein. Ich lutsch das auf, ich leck das ab. Ich saug das weg, die ganze Nacht. Ich lutsch das auf, ich leck das weg. Lecker. Ich lutsch das auf, ich leck das ab. Ich saug das weg, die ganze Nacht. Ich lutsch das auf, ich leck das weg. Lecker. Ein großes Herz in breiter Brust. ist weg, die ganze Nacht. Lecker.
Nearly missed the end of it then. And when I say nearly missed the end of it, nearly missed the pressing pause bit. I'll just jump in very, very quickly. I really like the. I don't know why I'm struggling so badly with words today, but I really like the kind of last minute and a half where we get that kind of vocal and musical change into something like a bit more electronic, but kind of that soft end of electronic stuff. So almost a distortion, but an electronic distortion. And I think, we've seen in Rammstein's work and even in this, that more industrial element that's often there. But this felt kind of industrial into technological. I quite liked it. I quite like that sort of transition there.
Yes. So in my quick searching, Lecker means delicious. But in the terms
yummy.
he's using it as yummy.
Yeah. Well, it's weird because I had the translation up, and at first, because there's a lot of lick it up and things like that, isn't it?
Yeah.
So I kind of seen that out the corner of my eye before we got to that bit. So I went, oh, lecker, lick, very, very similar. And then I was like, this doesn't fit with it. And then I saw, it went with the yummy in the translation that I had anyway.
Yeah. So I think it's one of those of like where we can use the same word for have two sort of meanings sort of way. This song reminds me so much of his old side project, Lindemann. In that weird way, we have to remember there were different things, but he's used the same name for stuff. Where he does like the singing in English, with it being slightly pervy in a way that isn't obviously pervy, but also with a weird food thing, because he seems to have a weird thing about food and women, and in that sort of ample. So there's a song on the Lindemann album about how he likes big girls, and this sort of sits in that sort of wheelhouse of, is it him that's being gluttonous, or does he like them to be gluttonous, and then he then is with them? This is that sort of thing of like, it'd be quite interesting to dive into where and what the innuendos and the meanings and double entendres are, where he's going with this.
When you were saying a kind of like that innuendo and double entendres, I mean, we're not quite talking Carry On levels, because I don't feel like it's packed with that kind of intent of border humour that is necessary there. But yeah, I am with you. I think there's risqué's not right either, is it? There's something, I guess, salaciously dirty, isn't there? In the innuendo. So a little bit muckier than maybe you're used to, and it kind of makes you sit there and go, like what am I bobbing my head along to here? If I drill down in here, like sort of first listen, like any song, like often you get a lot of, or you get a certain sense to you, don't you, of what the story is or what the point is. And I must admit, I kind of come off the back of this going, no, I think this is a few more listens and a few more kind of reading the lyrics alongs, because as much as there's a lot of there at the top end, the face value, again, using the terms, I suck it up, I lick it off, I felt like it's leading me down this path where probably the actual kind of meaning is there, but every now and again I'm going to cross back over. But yeah, I'm not quite sure I got it enough to kind of go, yeah, like this said this to me. But sometimes they're the best ones, aren't they? Where you keep kind of digging back in.
Yes.
For the kind of the song in general, and like the music and like the lyrical performance, how did it go for you?
See, it really does remind me of the Lindemann solo project that he was doing, where he was with it being in German and not in English. So this time around, where they said it's got that sort of industrial end to it
Yeah,
that isn't the Rammstein stomp. It's not that
yeah.
machine that
A
Rammstein
lot, a
has.
lot kind of slower paced with it, isn't it? I
Yeah,
found that quite interesting. As you say, it didn't feel like it was there for you to, yeah, do the stomp to pound you along with the beat. It just felt like it was there,
yeah.
there
It's
with a different pacing than what we're used to.
yeah. It's more Geiger level of industrial than machinery. Yeah,
Yeah, yeah,
and as I said, I am very intrigued by this solo album with what we've had so far. Because I said both the songs that we've done have been completely different, which makes me think that this album could go all over the shop, and I'm all for it.
it, it's weird because I feel like this one wowed me less, but interested me more. And then
Yeah,
that's a weird kind of way of saying it, but I didn't. I'll be honest. I didn't get a wow factor from this. I wasn't like yes, but I didn't not like it. I kind of liked it, and yeah, most of it was come back, listen to this a little bit more, and probably in the context of the album. Is it an album track, or is it the track that you end up loving because the more you visit it? But yeah, it lacked. And I said about the previous one. Obviously, it had that video going along with it, which is very attention grabbing. But because it was so Rammstein esque, I think it was an easier transition, and that's why it had a bit more wow. You're kind of going, oh, here we go. The bits we know, the bits we like, kind of chucked in here. Whereas, yeah, as I say, lacked the wow factor, but I think I'll listen to this one more.
yeah.
I think.
I'm definitely waiting for this album, and this has done its job of if there's the sort of lead-ins to it to make me go yes please. Between this and Zung, I'm like, yeah,
I think
I
we
want
said
to
in the
hear the
other one,
album.
like the album's very, very holds a lot of curiosity for me because I've been I've been experiencing Ramstein in a lot smaller time period than people who were fans of Ramstein had to. So I've almost had Ramstein on fast forward compared to their career. And Till is the front man, isn't he? And oft the attention
Yeah,
grabbing element of it, and that's meant there's no insult to the rest of the band. I think he's got that front man um, aura to him. But I like you. I'm really intrigued to see what a solo project is, and I said it before. I'll say it again. I kind of hope it's not just Ramstein without Ramstein, because I kind of go, what's the point other than money? Which don't get me wrong, we've all got our own living. But I do worry that maybe, just maybe, I've set my expectations too high because I want something that's going to wow me, but something very different to what I've got before. Yeah, I do wonder whether I need to temper my expectations a bit and not get carried away here.
but importantly, what do you lot out there think? Let us know down there. Do all the YouTubey things, like, subscribe, ring bells, and until next time, Auf Wiedersehen.